Okay, uh, when before you actually start it, scroll down, and it'll give you the option to invite. Oh, by the way, your voice is going to be part of this broadcast. Haven't stopped it. Let me see if I can invite you, because I haven't. Broadcast settings. Yeah, I haven't stopped it. You'll see my face. Yeah, I'm still in the main menu. Well, your audio will be put into my game. But warning, my broadcast will be a little slow. Well, like I said, it's going to. You're going to hear me twice. Should I watch the recap, Chris?
Yeah.
The year was 2027. Advances in biotechnology.
It's a 12-minute recap.
Their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging. Half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was safe. I just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif handpicked me for the job. Said he needed me to My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist. Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team. Tried to stop them. They were tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullet slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't.
Yeah.
Military-grade enhancements saved my life. Augmentation Sarif's money could buy. Took me half a year to get a feel for it. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, augmentation. They claim to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it. And when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants.
Single. There is no multi.
Its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on.
Boom! Headshot!
Before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig deeper. So with the help of Frank Pritchard, Sarif set up cybersecurity. I did.
Chris, can you do multi on
Turns out
this?
a second hacker had been controlling the Yogg's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there, who'd left me for dead 6 months before. Figured we'd try again with
What?
the summer. It wasn't so easy for them this time.
Well, it's giving her the option of playing multi.
Tank named Barrett, even got his penthouse apartment in China. Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end. Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it.
What's downloading?
Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy.
Which game?
I wasn't alone. Freedom.
Oh, you got me confused. Yeah, remaster is multiplayer.
A good person to have on your side.
I thought you were talking about this game.
The place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city.
No, but no. There's multi on remastered.
Belltower Associates, a private security firm with a contract to the Chinese government.
This is Mankind Divided.
Just not for the reason I expected. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van.
This is Mankind Divided.
The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the Yogg in Sarah's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him
Like I said, you're going to hear me
before they did.
twice.
Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. The hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the orientation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Sarif Industries. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance on the game officer. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead.
This is just the recap
Confronted Zhao in her penthouse.
of the first 2 games.
Bigger plan, and hinted at a group so
Wait,
powerful
there's 2 games before, right?
interests at a whim.
Okay, I didn't know.
Slipped into a panic room and
I just guessed.
forcing me to make a very quick exit.
Huh?
I figured Zhao was lying. Part of her confession made sense. David Sarif had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPLs were being broadcasted the day of the attack. Zhao sent a single call to Picus, the world's leader of mobile 24-hour satellite news. I turned those signals off.
Just wait till I play the game. I heard it's really good.
If I wanted to learn more.
I mean, the actual gameplay of the new one.
Isaac Hassan. Focus Communications.
Yeah,
First,
you get augmentations.
Malik thought I was reaching when I told him Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad. But when I confronted Kassan in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands.
No,
I suspected she wanted to say more.
no. He's on his PS4.
Shut us both down. And just like that, the person I'd been talking to disappeared. The mercenary crossed paths with twice before. A woman who'd made Silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's first lady of news wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the Mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me some details if I wanted to learn more.
So what do you think about the
By the time
webcam?
Mark and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out and Southern urged to intervene. Seraph was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor-turned-philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies, to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Seraph had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people a chance to evolve beyond their evolutionary group, and at the same time catapulted Seraph Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Seraph, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead. Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Bar Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door, meaning at least one of Seraph's scientists was dead. They did not the rest of them, though.
Contact. There are six
Tong
games.
pointed me
Five you don't screw them up.
trafficking and helped me slip
I'm not
aboard
talking
the Bell
about.
Tower ship.
I'm talking about.
We were sailing to
Console.
Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea.
There's,
Include
huh?
Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there.
Well, I knew there's
The High Rock Project, a human
some of
controlled
the earlier
interface
games are just
that left
PC.
most of its test subjects dead.
what are the earliers?
You have
My
Blue
search for
Units,
Megan
you have the
would have
Invisible
been
War.
Well, I knew about Invisible War.
Mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower,
Mankind,
he slipped me aboard a
No,
second ship
Human
headed to
Revolution.
Singapore.
I knew about Human Revolution.
Biotech
There's the
facility
puzzle
on
one,
Ridge.
Don't classify
Three
the
of
puzzle one.
Seraph's scientists were there,
and then there's that
forced by
one.
their captors to create a technology
And
capable
there's another
of
one.
remotely shutting down augmented abilities.
Yeah, there's
Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by
That's
the
the
World
last
Health
one.
Organization, millions
That
of
they'll
people
make?
all over the
that
world
they've made so
already
far.
have biochip
Okay,
cells.
that's what I thought. Because I knew that this was the newest one.
That's the one they've
Tracked
made so
Megan
far. There's no
to a private
talk
section of the beach.
go
There, I ran into Yaron Demir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. But a little ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Sarah had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach
This is just a 12-minute.
a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Dara's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time will give us the answers.
It just ended.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look out.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Sometimes, you just have to let go. And embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are you?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen! Am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good, because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you.
Listen up, all of you.
We've got a sandstorm barreling down our arse and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not.
Say
He's
something,
selling
mate.
weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is a run scene. The undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. But 3
Still
years
there?
he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise